Hello, my beautiful friends. I am going to do a lunchtime rune pool reading. See what's going on in the energetic world. This may resonate with me. It may resonate with you. Perhaps the both of us. We shall see. So we will pull out our stones from Iona. And let's see. We'll do 3 Norns since we did Celtic Cross yesterday. Our message for our highest good. Asking Spirit kindly to give us a message for our highest good. What is our present energy? Our present energy is Uruz. It's wild bull. What led us to this space? Algis, which was the stone of the other day. So it was in the present, it was in the future position, then it was in the present position, and now it's in the past. Spirit, and these are not raised, so it's not like Braille where I can read them. What's our potential outcome? Remembering that runestones do not predict the future. Our potential outcome is Jira, which is cycle. So let me take a hot second here to think about these, consult with Spirit, and see what messages come through. I will be right back. So if you watched yesterday's tarot cards, which, again, I don't read tarot, but it was interesting to do, this is the same energy, really. So it's talking about, Uruz is about independence. It's about finding your place, you're confident, and, but you want to, there's always a warning, right? Like, you don't want to be ever too confident, and, like, your britches get too, too big, right? You want to be, you always want to be making wise decisions, but you're independent. You're in your own power. You've gotten here because you've grown. You've grown, and you've worked on shadow work. You've worked on reaching out to others. You're looking, you are going through the process of becoming stronger and becoming more independent. Remember yesterday that the pentacles in the roots, right? So like you have this strong foundation, and then, but there's a reminder that this is a cycle. Right now you're in a good cycle because you're up at the top of your game. You're feeling independent. You're like, wow, look at all my pentacles. Look at all that magic going on below me. But Spirit's reminding us, like, this is great. This is great energy, but just be aware that this is a cycle. Jira is about all 4 seasons. It's like, you have a time to reap, you have a time to sow, and you get back the energy that you give. Right? So if you do get all big britches, you're going to get bad energy back, right? If you get, if you become too lackadaisical, or if you become too stagnant, like, like too much, reveling in your, recent success and independence, like something's going to go wrong. So just, in order to continue to enjoy the cycles of life, you have to recognize that there is a birth, there is a death, there is, a spring, there is a fall. There's the seasons go through. So let's take a look at some cards. We're going to pull from Celtic Spirit. We're going to pull from Earth Wisdom, and then we're going to pull a tarot card and see what that has to say. This rest card came out on tap, fell out of the box. I used to keep these in bags, but for whatever reason, I like getting them out of the box. So we shall shuffle them, shall we? You hear that big bell behind me? Call that the purge bell. At night, the hikers yell that at curfew time, which is 10 o'clock Sunday through Thursday, and then 11 o'clock Friday and Saturday. When I first moved here, I said, why do we do that? They're like, because we always have. Okay. 3 passes to see if Spirit has anything to add to this reading. If nothing pops out, then there's nothing additional. Pass 1. Pass 2. Jeez Louise. It's like a whole explosion. And pass 3. A lot came out in pass 2. Holy smokes. Alright, what do we have here? We have the she, ancient knowledge, help, and dimensional. This is the energy that you're in right now. Master of the hunt, speed, masculinity, and flow. So this is just reminders from Spirit, like you're in a good place right now. You're balancing wisdom with how you're acting, and this is all good stuff. The pentagram, protection, balance, and unity. So you're in a place of balance right now, or you're getting to a place of balance. Bloodwed, which is wisdom, power, and transformation. A lot of wisdom, right? You've had a growth spurt of wisdom. Your heart center, connection, love, and receiving. You're receiving love. And, but then there's that, that risk, the blue. So it's funny, heart center came out with blue. So there's a little bit of sadness still there. There's still something going on, I think, for some of you. Definitely for me, right? There's always a little bit of sadness. I never like to let myself be truly happy. I think I have to lament the people that don't want to connect with me. And I shouldn't care. So my friend called me out. She said, you said yesterday in the same sentence that you flirt and you don't flirt. What I mean is I don't flirt for the purpose of like taking a husband or getting a boyfriend. Like, it's not serious. It's fun flirting, and it's never meant seriously, because I'm too old for that. I'm not too old for that. I just am not interested. Relationships are complicated work, and I'm good. All right, let's see if Earth Wisdom has anything to share with us. Pass 1. Pass 2. And pass 3. All right, what do we have here? We have Divine Love. So we had that in the other cards. We have Rest. Rest came out again. And we have Boundaries. So, one of the things about wisdom and seasons, talk about seasons. One thing about seasons is that there are definitive ends to them at some point. Where I live in eastern Pennsylvania, I swear I thought it was going to be winter until like July. And now, it's hot as Hades. So then I think, oh my gosh, it's going to be like hot till December. And it's not as definitive as it used to be, but there used to be 4 pronounced seasons in northeastern Pennsylvania. And, the same is true with our energy, right? Like you go through cycles, and you have to rest, and you have to reflect, and you have to, be humble about whatever wisdom has been brought to you. And then just, be prepared, because life is a cycle, and, things will come back around, right? So if you don't deal with your shadows, like if you don't deal with, what did I do here? If you don't deal with issues and you kind of only deal with them on the surface level, they're going to come back. So be sure that you actually address whatever issues are going on. I have no idea where the other hat. Definitely deal with issues fully. No, don't be all half-assed about it. Right, is what Spirit's telling me. If, like you're in a good space, you're feeling good. Don't rest on your laurels. Keep active in making sure that you're addressing your shadow issues, making sure that you're staying humble, making sure that you're a beacon of light and love. All right, let's pull a tarot card, shall we? We're just going to, I just love playing with it. We're so pretty. How pretty that Ace of Wands is. All right, I haven't figured out really how I want to shuffle these yet, because they're so big. There's so many of them. Ugh. Thank you for everybody who's encouraged me on that first reading that I did. All right, we're going to take the first card that comes up. So, Spirit, if there's a card that you have to add to this reading, we'll take the first one. Okay. We have the 2 of Cups. What is the 2 of Cups? I'm not going to make you watch me read, so I will pause here and go read the book so I know what the 2 of Cups means. So, apparently the Two Cups is the Minor Arcana's version of the Lover's card, for those of you who know what that means. And this is about love or a relationship. And so you have an opportunity to, if there's somebody that that you're close to, that you're fighting with, you should make amends. Like, you get to decide the energy between you and this person. This definitely does not resonate with me, because I don't have, I'm not in this kind of energy. But if I'm thinking about, the other part I talked about is two parts of yourself coming together as a whole. So when I'm thinking about, like, when you see Jira, right, the actual stone, it's like two parts coming together to balance, right? And we saw all of those balance cards. So balance your reason with your emotion, your romantic nature with your realist nature. So I'm going to take that for myself as just, make sure that I have a tendency to go down the romantic path, because from a literary perspective, caution, nerd moment, my work in literature was on the romantics. And I teach the romantic writers, and I tend to go down that road. And romantic isn't Fabio, if you don't know about literature. It's, nature-based and, live free, carpe diem, Dead Poet Society, right? John Keating, the teacher, is a romantic. So I tend to go down that path, and then I feel so intensely. Like, I feel things so intensely. So something that somebody would just be like, well, screw that person. Like, I feel it in, like, the core of my heart. If, there's been times in my life when I've accidentally hurt somebody's feelings, and then I find out about it, and I'm so crushed that I did that to somebody. Like, I really, and I don't necessarily think that I'm an empath in the way that other people are empathetic or empathic, but I definitely feel, like, I don't watch a lot of TV now, but when I was a kid, my mom did. And when the Kodak commercials would come on, and there would be like this like dog that they took pictures of as a puppy, and then he grows up, and then they're taking him to the vet to put him to sleep, because it's the 80s, and they did commercials like that. Like, I would sob and sob and sob. Like, I feel things so deeply. I feel things so much. And so I become out of balance, because, it's not reasonable to feel that deeply all the time. You have to be rational, and that's what gets work done, right? Like, if you just wallow in your emotions all the time, you can't get work done. And I feel like I'm much better at that as an adult. I try to live in a balanced space, but just a reminder from spirit that, it's a cycle. I always tell my students when we're studying American literature, it's always a pendulum swing between romantic movement and the realist movement. In history, in art, and literature, it's always a pendulum swing, and at no point does the pendulum ever stop swinging. So it's never in one particular spot. It's always swinging back and forth, and that is also, how our emotions balance out with our reason. So it's just a reminder from spirit. I'm going to take it. I'm not taking it for love for me, but it might mean love for you, right? But for me, I'm taking it as balancing emotion and reason, because that's what I always need to work on. It's like my shadow thing. So I am wishing you all the very best in light and love. Have an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye.